go over how to use the website for today's assignment. So this is Canon. It has a simulator that shows you how the light meter works for a camera. So not all cameras have a light meter. Some do. Use cell phone cameras. You can still adjust some of these settings, especially if you download a photo app. But this is the light meter here. So if you remember from other classes, when the numbers are in the negative, that means the image is underexposed or too dark. And when the light meter is in the positives, that means it's overexposed or too bright. So you want to get that light meter adjusted so it's showing 0. And you do that by adjusting the aperture, the size of the opening of the lens, how much light is let in, the shutter speed, how quickly that shutter is opening and closing, and the ISO, so how sensitive the camera is to light. For this assignment, you're going to take 2 images using the simulator, or at least 2, and you're going to submit them. So let's go over how to use this. As I said, the aperture adjusts how large the opening of the lens is, how much light is being let in. So something like f2.8 is a large aperture, even though it's a small number, and it's a large aperture because it's letting in a lot of light at once, which means the photo is going to need to be taken quickly. Versus something at like f19, the size of the lens is very small, the opening, so it's not letting in a lot of light at once. It's letting in more light over a longer period of time, and it's going to make the photo be longer or take the exposure longer. So the shutter speed will take longer because it's letting more light come in at a slower rate, which means more details. So that means more in this in a smaller aperture will have more in focus. So landscape photography, where everything's in focus, versus this one, where it's a large aperture, f2.8, since it's letting in a lot of light at once, the picture is being taken very quickly and there's not a lot of details, which means it has very shallow depth of field with not a lot of focus, versus this end, where it has large depth of field with a lot of focus. So the shutter speed is how quickly an image is taken, how quickly that shutter is opening and closing. So you could have 1 second all the way up to 1/4000th of a second. 1 second is obviously slower. So that means motion will be blurred. So if there's something moving like a propeller or water, that motion is going to be blurred. You're going to catch that motion. Um, versus something like 1/80th of a second or 1/3000th of a second, that is opening, closing very quickly, and it is freezing that motion. So rather than seeing the blur motion, you will see frozen propellers or frozen water. You won't see the movement in there. And the ISO is the sensitivity that the camera is to light. The lower the sensitivity, the darker the picture is going to be, and the higher, the brighter that picture is going to be, and also the more grainy it's going to be. So if you are using an ISO at 100, then you want to make sure you're in a really bright location, like outdoors, because, like I said, it's going to be darker. But if you have the sun out, that doesn't matter as much, and it's going to be a much clearer photo than something at like 6400. I actually don't think I've ever shot a photo at 6400 and used it because it gets really grainy the higher you go. So you're going to use these 3 things and adjust them so you get to the 0. That is perfect exposure. Now, I obviously was not at the perfect exposure, so this is telling me what I did wrong. So this is a very underexposed photo. It's way too dark. There's wide depth of field. You can see a little bit that everything is in focus. I froze motion, but my ISO was set very high, so it's very grainy of a picture. I don't want to save that. So I am going to adjust my light meter for a good exposure, which means that it's at the 0, and that takes a photo. Still grainy, but a nice photo. That has depth of field a little more shallow. So just really the plane is in focus. The motion is blurred here. So the shutter speed was fast enough to capture that motion. So for this assignment, you are taking two photos. Let me pull up Edio so you can see exactly. Okay, so you're taking two photos. The first one is showing blurred motion, and the second one is showing frozen motion, and you're going to capture a screenshot of that. Both of these exposures need to be good exposures, so they should be at that 0. So the first one, blurred motion. So I want a slower shutter speed. So I'm going to take my shutter speed here. Actually, I'm going to make it even slower. I'm going to do it to 1 second. And I am going to adjust my ISO and my aperture until I get to that 0. My ISO might need to be a little bit higher at that speed. Yeah, because it's still not moving. So you might need to play around in just a little like I'm doing. So here I have aperture at 13, which is like a medium-sized aperture. My ISO or my shutter speed is 1/8 of a second, which is a slower shutter speed. So I'm going to get that blurry picture. So there you go. You can't even see the propeller at all. What you're going to do next is you're going to take a screenshot of this. I should not see my screenshot submitted. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to the Start menu and you're going to type in Snipping tool, and this is how you can take a photo. So this will pop up. I'm going to click New, and I am going to drag the area that I want to take that photo. That will save that, and I'll show you where to find it then. So now that photo is done. I'm just going to hit the X and I'm going to take my second photo. So this needs to have frozen motion. So I'm first going to adjust my shutter speed to freeze that motion. Since it's a propeller, I'm going to try 1/5000th of a second. I'm not quite sure if that will freeze it, but I guess we'll see. And my aperture, there we go. So this is a good exposure. It's at 0. Taking my screenshot, not quite frozen there, so I need to adjust a little bit more. Let's try this one. Still not quite frozen. So I'm going to go all the way to 1/4000th of a second and adjust my ISO and take that photo. So there we go. Now my propeller is frozen. So once again, I'm going to go in here to my snipping tool. I have mine here automatically clipped there, but you don't need to do that. And then I'm going to take my second screenshot. Okay. And this, when you go to upload it, when you're looking for the photo folder in Edio, it will show in your pictures under screenshots. So right there it is. Okay, let me know if you need any help. I hope that was easy to understand.